All right. Good morning. Good morning. Right. Sorry, I had to get Miss Rachel set up on the TV for Budster. Um, he's a little energetic this morning. The boy's mom came over this morning to drop his sweatshirt off, and she brought donuts, so he's fueled on sugar. So he's kind of bouncing off the walls. Um. Anyway, so data we got from the pound came in pretty much exactly as expected. I don't remember if I said 8.7. I think I said like 9.1 or something like that. We mentioned that they were probably a little bit overzealous in the 8.2, that it was great, but even if it came in at 9, that's 1 percentage point lower. That's a big move. Again, coming in 8.7, you know, I don't think the market was necessarily fooled by that number, to be honest with you. What I mean by that is the 8.2, I think they over exaggerated a little bit. And now we have Bailey speaking now, talking about, you know, our projections show that the government will meet inflation target this year, right? That's awesome. This year, right? I will not speculate on where April inflation data leaves us in terms of forecast. A lot of UK inflation from imported shocks. Again, absolutely. Today's numbers showed a welcome fall from double digits, right, of inflation. I don't think spiral is the right word to use when asked about the core inflation wages. So, all good data. And again, about a third of the rate increases have hit the economy now, right? We must not overlay on the mechanism of forecasting. Persistence, the aging population means lower UK growth potential. Yep. Again, he's not wrong. Billy's not wrong. But again, I think this is more in line with where kind of the overall market expected it. Looking at the pound dollar, again, it's down 13. Nothing big, right? Pound yen, 33. So like nothing. Yeah, I got coffee. Yep, I'm good. I did get the coffee. Yeah. It's on the second cup. So I unfortunately I've been up since 4:50, I think. Um, Kipster decided to do the upside down sleeping. So at 4:50 he moved and I basically got kicked in the face at 4:50 in the morning. So yeah, that's how my morning started off. Not the most positive way, right? Getting a foot in your face. Thank God it's not a big foot, but still, fun, fun, fun. All right, so we got speeches coming in. Bailey speaking right now. Yellen's going to speak in the next, I don't know, 20 minutes. I don't know really what she's going to say. And then we have FOMC meeting notes, and we're going to hear kind of what's happening. So obviously, today it's a very interesting kind of battle back and forth. And what I mean by that is, we obviously have all the debt talk, right? The debt talk still looming. Sides are kind of digging their heels in. Kind of as they should. We're not at the deadline, so they're going to take it right into the last minute, like they always do, right? Um, I don't think there's any surprise by that. And if you are surprised by that, I'm not sure. Again, the world that you're living in, right? They're going to take it right into the last little bit. I love it how the two sides, the one side's like, this is ridiculous. It's like, yeah, you want us to do no compromises? No, and they have every right to. I mean, it's sorry, but if they don't want to vote for it, they don't have to vote for it. There's nothing that says they have to. And it's funny they're starting to say, they're starting to call it out, be like, oh yeah, they're trying to pawn it on us, and you know, you know, extortion. We heard all kinds of crazy words, and I agree with them. If the side wants this, I mean, again, asking for things that are reasonable, I don't think is bad. I don't think there's anything unreasonable in there, right? Um, I don't know. I guess it depends on the side of the aisle you want. Um, I don't know. I just the whole thing with again talking about debt ceilings and then we're going into military stuff. It's funny, like we're literally we're fighting one war and we're on the verge of another war, and they're like, nah, we're gonna decrease defense spending. It's like I don't know, maybe not. I mean, we just spent all this time, like we're giving billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars to the Ukraine, right? Billions and billions, tons, right? Equipment, everything, and they're like, yeah, let's cut defense spending. Okay. So we're giving a whole lot of stuff away, and then you don't want to replenish it again. Okay. All right. Sure. So, I don't know. Maybe just stop giving so much stuff away. I don't know. There's that option too, I guess. I don't know. And meanwhile, across the pond, not the pond. I don't know. Not pond, but I don't know what you call it. What do you call it? Because it's not across the pond. Because that's Europe. That's the UK. What do you? I don't know. I'm sure there's a saying for it. But on the other side of the world, right? Basically, um, Get ready to be bilateral pacts despite Western. Of course, the Western criticism because they're like, oh, we don't want these two bad guys joining forces. That could be really bad. Of course, there's Western criticism. Um, can you blame them? I mean, honestly, can you blame them? If we were playing Risk and you got stuck with Russia or China, would this been a bad deal for you? No, of course not. Of course not. Two gigantic populations control a lot of power in the world. Again, there's a lot of people are becoming anti-U.S. Well, not I guess becoming. A lot of people have been, but it's becoming more prevalent. So why wouldn't they? Right? Why wouldn't they? So the big thing today is: are we going to hear anything on the debt front, as well as what are we going to hear about the interest rate rising or rises? Um, Again, I still think, based off of Bullard's statements yesterday, I still think Bullard has it right. I still think we're going to see at least one more. He says two more before a pause. I don't know if it'll be two. I think it'll be one. Um, I think it'll be one pause. One is what I think is my opinion, as I said yesterday. He says two. I don't know. I feel like had we started sooner, had we gone a little bit bigger in the beginning, um, it's kind of crazy. There was all the talk about, oh my God, banks are failing. That's it. We can't do any more. We're done. They're going to start cutting interest rates, and none of those things actually happened. And the banking crisis is like over. Um, we'll see what the FOMC notes say today. I think they're going to be pretty decent. I don't know. I don't know what sphere of influence is bigger right now, debt talks or interest rates, right? Is one there to sway the other one? I have no idea. But I think, again, I think the morning is going to be a little bit shy on great trading opportunities. And I think, again, when FOMC comes out, we'll get more. We'll get some big movement. All right. Now, tomorrow morning, we do have our preliminary GDP numbers. Looking, previous it was 1.1, forecast is 1.1. Not horrible. Unemployment claims, about the same. Preliminary GDP price index, also, again, basically what it was last time. Not too much change here. And then Tokyo showing kind of the CPI, data in there. Being a little bit lower, right? 3.5, much less than what we're dealing with, right? So, um, it's okay data. I mean, like I said, the FOMC is going to be the big thing. The debt piece is going to be big. Um, I did read one article today. I guess Yellen has been saying that June 1st is like X day. I guess is what she calls it. The day that we're going to default, right, is X day. I guess June 1st. And then the other side is like, well, what data are you using to prove that? Like, is that actually the day, or is that just your assumption of when it's going to be? And I haven't heard a response back, so it's kind of funny. They're like, is that an assumption or is that a guarantee? That we're going to run out on that day. And I was like, well played, sir, well played, sir. No one asked that question. Um, but yeah, it's you know, at the end of the day, you think they're not over there printing some more money, some funny money. I'm sure they are. I'm sure that they are, right? Those printing presses have been running off the hook, I'm sure. So, not concerned that the world is ending all of a sudden because again, Washington can't come up and agree on something. All right. But the political bantering is awesome. I love it. I think it's great. Yeah. Oh, this side is just trying to get their agenda in. Of course they are. That's their job, dummy. Their job, just like you're trying to put your agenda in. Um, and then it seems like every day another Democratic senator is like, I'm not running for reelection. It's like, what did they know? Are the ships jumping off? Like, right? Or are the rats jumping off the ship? It's like, maybe a lot of them are not running for reelection. So, yeah. And there's only so many presidential spaces open and not running for reelection. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Um, Here is the VIX. All right. So VIX a little bit higher. And this actually, I think this is doing on a fundamental basis exactly what it should right now. Um, with the environment, with debt, not knowing. One day it's like, oh, we're coming up with a deal. And then 20 minutes later, they're like, yeah, we're really far from reaching a deal. Right. Because everybody wants to be first to break it. You're not really, again, there's no movement. We just keep getting close to the day that we're supposed to run out of money that we could default. So is the VIX up 6% justified? Yeah, I think it is. I think it makes a lot of sense that it is. Now, has the dollar really gone crazy? No, dollar's up 0.10. It kind of went higher from where we were yesterday and then dropped back down again. And funny enough, look at this, right? Look at this. You had this level of basing. Well, we had this one here. That was the first one from yesterday. But, there's your last kind of explosion. There's your test. And I did it again. So It's kind of rallying. It dropped very, very fast. That's funny. 3 o'clock was down here. We went up. We hit that 7 o'clock window. We went straight down. We grabbed the same bars again, and now we're shooting right back up again. But we're 306. It's up point one. So it's not really like a big mover right now. It's not a main driving force. Again, right now it's all just kind of assumptions of what they could say, but it's not about what they could say. It's what they are going to say today at 2 o'clock, and that's going to be the next page in this novel, for lack of a better word, where we're going to get some absolutely certainty of what's going to happen. So we should know more later. Equities down. I think it absolutely makes sense right now. Again, the debt thing. One day we're good, one day we're not good. And again, right now, all signs are showing that we are going to raise interest rates yet again. So it's not a lot positive out there. Now, maybe the pause is great. Maybe all this is down for a reason, which will give us a nice buy, and then it'll go long. Maybe, excuse me. It will ultimately matter on what they actually say. And again, I think if they do, my personal opinion on this one, if they say we're going to do one pause and kind of see where it is, even though everybody says we're pausing because we want to get more information, not because we're done, right? The market's going to take that as we're done, and they're going to that's going to be a big boom for the overall indices, right? They're going to take that and look at it as a good sign. All right, commodities. Yeah. Where do we start? 74.30. Right. And again, joke's on you. Truck is still in the shop. API data came out, and it not good. It not good. Big down draw. Big down draw. Again, stimulating probably why we're seeing up 2% in oil right now. Natural gas also up 2.6. And again, don't love that. Again, 238. Like, what the heck? Like, come on. Really? 238, bud? Really? That's where we need to be with this one. Um, you know, I feel like I don't know. This is one of those ones that, like, I know some people specialize in natural gas. I'm not one of them. But man, talk about like just a complete manipulated, weird, like, commodity, right? We're breaking into the holiday weekend. I don't know. Maybe everybody's filling up their propane tanks. I don't know, right? Everybody's getting ready to barbecue, right? Give me charcoal futures, right? This natural gas thing up at 238. I don't think it needs to be here, particularly now. If we were going into like September, October, maybe I get it, but now we're running out of steam. We don't really need much more. Now, gold down a little bit, right? Minus 0.03, down at 1974. Again, kind of preparing for what's going to happen later on today. I do think both of these, gold and silver, are both shorts, but it's pretty much stabilizing at this point from where we were at the close. 23.30, again, lower than what we were yesterday in silver. Excuse me. Silver had some more room to run down to that 23 level. So it's playing catch up. But right now, again, energy futures up. And again, maybe some of that is the drama coming with China and Russia, um, and vice versa. Because remember, the West is really not happy about China and Russia coming together. And like, well, how does that affect energies? Well, very easily, if they try to put any embargoes or anything additional, right? If they try to put things on China too, like slap things over there, like, nope, that's it. We're not taking anything from China either. It puts more reliance upon the U.S., which is not the end of the world, but it just means that there's more demand for the supply that we have, right? There's not unlimited resources that we can draft from. So, um, yeah, it just there's that added component in there. Okay, now let's look at the Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar big from yesterday. We talked about a break of 66.04. You can see the price shot down late last night at 11. It had its one candle base, and again, I'll draw this on this one. I'm not going to draw it on the other ones here. Down, base, and drop. And that's exactly what we got. So this was an easy one. It was like 9 pips for like 25 or 30 in the other direction. You can see it came down, and we said look at profits overall at 65.70, and it hit that balance, went lower, hit it again, and then went even lower to the lowest level. So again, it did exactly what we thought it was going to do. It came down at 1 o'clock, base, confirmed that was the correct entry area, and then boom, base one, pull back up, and Harry Potter. Actually, it was more of a lightning bolt like that. Okay. Um, So yeah, nice little Harry Potter trade. We're out of it now. I think this makes complete sense. With this driving back down too, there could be the opportunity for a reversal in this Aussie dollar trade. We do know, obviously, if you click right here, you can see FOMC meeting notes. Um, Oops, not horizontal. Maybe horizontal. Maybe it'll go horizontal. With the driving with all the dollar strength right now, they're kind of baking in the dollar strength. Um, Again, if they say pause, the market's going to be like, "Woo, we knew it. That's it. They're cutting interest rates now." So again, that kind of turns and could potentially be a long trade. But right now, if we go back, so everybody sees it. We do have another little Harry Potter that we had drawn in here. Again, large range here. Um, this is what we're looking at, all the way down to 64. So we got about 150 pips before there's anything like super crazy. So right now, we're really looking for a level of basing, right? Ideally, that basing may come in up here. It may actually be here, right? There's some decent basing there. Again, not enough of an entry if it kind of pulls back now, though. Obviously, the two lines are kind of where it is. So overall, I would say bearish into the news. When the news comes out, I feel like it will be more of a long type trade. But right now, we're not, not too much there. But again, easy Harry Potter. If you guys caught it from yesterday, again, late last night into this morning, and you were out of it at about 3 o'clock. You entered it at about 11 o'clock. So yeah, nice little Harry Potter there. We can take this and actually run a little bit lower. Yeah, look at that now. The 23 is over there. Let's run a near term as well. That zone there. I don't know that this will be the exact bottom, but look at this piece right here. If this was the bottom, look at this. If that was the bottom, look where the 618 is. Do you see it? It's like right here, right? There, if there's the bottom, 618 sit and they drop a sideways movement, pop, came back up, retested, and again, it was nothing when it was there. I guess you could have said it was an extended 23.6, right? It was an extended 23.6. Not a bad little pullback though. Not a bad little pullback. Uh, Not bad. Yeah, I'd like to see this one go down. If we can get any type of basing down here, again, I don't know where it is. We already have a Harry Potter drawn there. There's been so much momentum in this one. Where's 3? Let's see. 3 o'clock is right there. Yeah, we're at 50 pips. We're almost at a daily ATR already. So, yeah, maybe this one comes down. Look for the turn and roll. So, wouldn't be surprised. Again, I feel like if they say the P word, right? If they say pause, I feel like that's it. Dollars week, it's done. I feel like that one and the skyrockets. Um, Aussie. So also you can see we came down and we mentioned this level, pushed pretty deep at the 50. It was one again, this one we were playing around with the other numbers. You can see again, very deep, meaning it's not really an entry for us. It hit it again, hit it again. There's 3 touches right there. You're like, yeah, we're done. There's your base, and there's your pullback and your drop lower. So this one kind of the same feeling. Obviously, again, we're seeing weakness in there coming in with gold as well. I feel like this one will have the opportunity to pop. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of a Harry Potter trade down here, and we are now officially, let's see, we're about 30 pips away. So we are in close enough proximity to this one, right, that we can throw this on and we can start looking at this right there. Okay, just want to make sure the little clock was there. But at the same time, again, the U.S. news, the Aussie, seeing all this Aussie weakness come in ahead of news, I think is great. But I do feel that the way that it's lining up right now, I feel that again, we could see some Aussie strength coming in only because, again, gold, the proxy of gold. And I hate to say it because I really don't want gold to go any higher. I think gold's in a good spot right now, but I do overall feel that again, I feel like if they mention pause, that gold is going to spike, and then again, that should lead the Aussie to spike up as well. Okay, but I'm really like, I don't want gold to do any more. Gold doesn't need to go any higher. So set an alert, 90.57. Look for another break. It'll look very similar to what we had here. This is the ideal scenario: drop, a base, a pullback, and then continues. And that's what we're looking for right here to the same downside. Okay, just put that over there. Whoops, 2.9. 3 is right Again, little 8, little 9 for like 25-ish, 9 for 30, somewhere in there. So like that one, but I'm not going to be surprised. Let's see. I'll draw it just because it's always fun when this happens. If it hits here and then goes right off that level. All right, this is a good old euro dollar. So yeah, there you go. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. You guys see how much it missed by? Actually, this is 4.5. So we did say that where it would run all the way down to. 1 to 3 is right there. Right. We talked about getting 30 out of this one. So 30 is right there. Right. Start of this move right here. Yep. And again, it's funny. We talked about 108 being such an important number, right? Um, it came up to 108,014, right? Pretty nice with a spread of 1.3. So, yeah, yeah. And it shows that it didn't hit here, although I did get an alert. I did get a message that it did. I must have got in just a little bit higher. Again, that's the variability between these things. So yeah, let's bring this all the way down. And again, you can see triggered dark. So nothing I can really tell you about this one because we're sitting in the trade right now. It's not officially out, although I did get a message. I don't know why. I did get an email about this one, so I know that I'm closed. It's not closed here though, which is weird. Maybe I drew it differently over there. So don't know. But as far as this one goes, again, seeing this continue to push down. Ideally, it's kind of a far run. Another 24. I guess it could do another 24. If we're sitting like down in this level here, this week broke through. We can take this off. If we are sitting down here, there you go. It's officially hit on this one. Yeah, it must have been the drawing. No, this is actually it's not drawn right. That's why. I'm like, huh? Why is that not there? That's why. All right. It's because I didn't draw it correctly here. So it's drawn on the box, not on the candles. When it's drawn on the candles, that would make sense why. But it doesn't matter. Even on the drawing that's off now. God, that was really concerning me. I was like, wait a second. I know I got an email. I know I'm out of the trade. I'm like, huh? There you go. It's because I didn't draw it correctly on here, but on the real one, yes. You can see it's well past. Knowing the FOMC was right there, this one looks the same way. Dollar strength coming into that news ahead of time, saying that they're going to pause. Boom, that could lead to a big push higher. As far as setting it up right now, we're obviously in the middle of the range. The trade literally just minutes ago has gone out the bottom side for its 1 to 3. So yeah, not much we can say about this one. Again, that was a level from yesterday. We talked about it, 61.8 sitting there after the new push to the downside. Yesterday it was a 50. Now it's a 61.8. It came right up at 8 o'clock, grabbed it, and again by 10 o'clock it's 9:59. By 10 o'clock, again you're officially out. So not a bad little trade setup on that one. Grabbing 30. Euro pound. All right, so euro pound. So I drew this. I was like, I don't know where we're going to be at, and we were a little bit lower. It did give us a quick spike down before taking off. And I say a spike. It gave us like 15 pips, and then has rallied from that point up about 42. So we talked about it being high. I kind of pointed at again. I missed this by just a little bit. I was pretty close. So obviously the price had not pushed up here. I was like, oh, maybe if we rally up, we'll go higher. That one did not work. This one obviously did not work as well. But this, I missed it by just a little tiny bit. The crazy thing is, obviously, the start of the candle is here. Check this out. Ready? If I move the candle up, that's pretty good. Right? That's pretty fancy. Look at that. Look at that. Right from the top. Look how close I was. It's pretty good, huh? Huh? Pretty good, huh? Love that. So it kind of did what we expected it to do. Like I said I didn't know where it would be, but depending on where it was going to be there, or here. And I missed it by just a little bit. So right now I would say look for some profit taking to come in. I'm actually good with this one. Like I said, the comments made I think are actually great for the UK. I think it's good that they're kind of at the bottom. And they're going to be back to target where they want to be by the end of this year. I think that's awesome. Props to them. They've done a great job. Obviously, different scenario. Accepting that obviously older population, lower growth. Again, everybody's situation is a little bit different. And again, they've navigated Brexit well. Um, it'll be taken as weakness because it's like, oh, you're not going to continue raising. But remember, they've raised a lot. They're at a stage where their raising should be done. But that also means that, again, if they're done raising, the contagion of having higher interest rates should also be done so they can really start building back again. So, long term, I really think it's great for the UK. It should provide some stability. You're not going to have the crazy swings in this one. And it'll be good because this will go back to actual, like, legitimate, fundamentals of why we're doing things with the pound. Um, so again, I can't say that I'm unhappy about anything that we saw with the pound today. I love the volatility. You guys know that, but I think this is great. Going up like this, it's looked at as a weakness for the pound. Um, Again, there's still a lot of uncertainty in the European Union, but right now it's considered weak. We should see this stabilizing and starting to roll back to the downside. So, again, pretty easy news based trade. We don't have anything still in this one till all the way up top. Too many wicks, too many things. So we're still waiting for. I'll just use this one. It's a little bit bigger and easier to see. 87.28, right? Is where we're looking for that next area of real big sellers to come in. So I don't know if we can go all the way up today and reverse back down. It's about another 24 pips, but again, remember there's only 2 hours left inside of their trading session. Um, so they should be running out of steam pretty quickly here. Yeah, there's not much more we can do with this one for today, unfortunately. This is more of a European based position, right? So yeah, Euro yen. Look at that bad boy. Now this is great. I love the fact that we hit it again. I saw this alert go off, and again, parabolic move down. We hit it at 6 o'clock. Parabolic move right back up again. You may say, "Well, what do you mean? Why are we having all this movement?" Okay, no, it's because of all this, right? Right, because of all these speeches, right? So, and again, this business climate too. Um, yeah, so I think that's fine. Makes sense. I like this because again, this level hit, which is great. It did not qualify, but it did base in here. And again, remember, I was looking for that near term basing. Kind of got the near term basing. So yeah, so let's bring this sucker back on. Edit horizontal array, reset that sucker, and bam, there we go. So when it comes back on again, we are looking for a short coming through there. So um, again, I like the base in there. I like that it was in that zone. We still needed to come back down again. So again, right now it's we're looking at kind of these two ranges, right? 149.95 and 148.78 are the two cells, and we'll see if we can drive all the way up there. Again, some of this is also affecting that euro pound. It should turn and flip back down again, but unfortunately, there's not really anything down up here I'd like. There's probably a 78, but I really have no interest in that. Yeah, there's a little bit of a drop, a pullback, and a drop around that 78, but I'm not going to draw that one. Yeah, it's okay. It actually went higher. It'd be kind of something along those lines is what it is. Again, not my favorite line, particularly with currencies. But again, a lot of movement very, very fast. This was what 70 down, 90 up, so 160 pips worth of movement, but none of them off really great levels, right? It just kind of peaked above, and it was like, oh, pivot, it broke, go long, through the floor. So, and again, 23. Kind of missed the 23 by a little bit. Actually, let's see. Yeah, it missed the 23. Look, here's your 23 is right here where this 23 is. And yeah, all the way down. Got crushed. So love this level. Um, just waiting for it to hit again. Okay. Pound dollar. All right, so pound dollar, this bad boy. So this one ended up triggering at 10, right? 10 o'clock yesterday morning. We drove all the way down. We were at a 1 to 2. 1 to 2 is as low as it got, just a little bit past that. And then kind of tick back again until this morning. This would have been one of those ones you probably trailed behind it. You most likely got stopped out as a 1 to 1, and it does happen. Worst case scenario, you took 12 pips worth of risk on this one and lost. But again, if you're up 26 pips on this one and you're only going for 10 more, you got to do something to adjust the trade. In the markets that we're in right now, where everything is up, down, up, down, up, down, kind of whips all back and forth. Again, sometimes you have to manage a little bit more. And again, worst case scenario, you made a few pips on this. Is that a bad trade? Nope, not at all. So, and now all it did was whip higher. Again, played with all these sellers here. We mentioned yesterday that really hard to draw anything off of this. It doesn't tell us much in another base and another base. And in fact, it looks like that zone was the magic zone. Could you have traded? Yeah. Was it risky? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely for a pop. And all it did was go straight up. News came out straight down, and now we're driving. And again, we have this figure here. It's kind of the same thinking. If we end this one low, maybe down in this level, maybe right. That profit target was hit. That's what we were talking about yesterday. Is this set up for long? Kinda, right? Kinda. You know what kind of long is it? It's a news long, right? It is a it's pretty easy. They're gonna mention the P word, and then it goes. So yeah, I'm looking at other things. I'm not really. Yeah, I think that really makes the most sense. Uh, yeah, I don't see any of these other candles are really, none of them are really that concerning for me. Um, hmm, no, no. More looking at, I'm like, look at the top, look at that. No, no, nah. Yeah, if anything, again, there's two little pops here, two little opportunities to pop. Uh, no, I'm not concerned about that much. Yeah, let's pull this. Let's pull this. Trying to figure out if I want that, if I like that one. Ugh. I hate when they're 10. It's like, guys, no, it's like, uh, it's like one of those things. It's like I'm so drawn toward. I'm like 10 pips. I love 10 pips. 10 pips, pound dollar. Coming in news, FOMC. Oh, you're speaking my language, right? But it's so close. I mean, we're like 15 pips away. It would have to go. It would have to stay here for 4 hours, right? It would have to stay here for 4 hours. I don't know if it's staying for 4 hours. I'd love to say that it would, but I just feel like it's not. Pound dollar or pound yen. We mentioned yesterday about being down here. It literally just popped up and it rolled. We said somewhere in here we'd have a reversal, and you can see it started to pop up. Literally, it was like reaction to the news, boom, right back down again. But this is a good thing. We drew this line saying, hey, listen, there's one, there's two, there's three. Guess what four did? Four also based in that area. So I'm really liking this one as well. I think that's good. We were saying that, hey, listen, this could be the level for entry and this could be the balance. We didn't know which one. The fact that it came down and based in there again, I love that. I'm all aboard that one. So I like that. Again, profit target is still down there, but it may look like this now. Right, about 17 pips. One of three is sitting right there at about 50 pips. So you can see, is this the turning point? Is this the pop in the base level? Pop base up? Absolutely could be. And then you can see we got room to run. So, right there. Okay, we'll take this news off now. Can I draw a top on this? Let me see. Yeah, top. Boom. Or actually, it hit here. Look. One, two, three, pulled back, boom, and then used it from the bottom side. Drop, pulled back, used it, and then is using it again. Isn't that funny? I love seeing levels like that. People are like, wow, why did it do that? Well, the reason is the rationale is you don't know why. You don't have to know why. Just understand that this is very, very common, right? Seller, hit four, broke, then came back down and broke it again, and it became seller and seller. So, gotta love that. But we'll clean it up just so it's not confusing. Um, all right, dollar CAD. So dollar CAD's going. We mentioned that we had a level here. It was not the cleanest of levels. You know, it pushed into there and started basing and pushed into there again. So we had it as a yellow. It really wasn't the cleanest levels that we were looking for. And you can see that we're now officially above that. It did actually hit it again, right? One, two, three. You're like, yeah, I can't really go with this. And you're right. It didn't even slow it down the fourth time. Fourth time we went right through the top of it. Um, I think this one, the way that this is rallying right now, again with crude oil up, it's up 1.7 now, so it's pulled back a little bit. We know we have CAD strength coming in, but we have dollar strength coming in right now. Again, if FOMC kind of tanks us on this one, again, the dollar weakness will roll back in and that'll be associated. So I think that this one has the ability to be a little bit more than average. Um, a little bit more of an average drop potential, particularly because we're rising. Now, where we get it is the problem. Price is right here right now. There's a little hiccup at a 78. There's a bunch of little hills over here, right here, 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 and they're all descending. So unfortunately, like this 136, 40-ish, 20 to 40-ish range, there's a lot of small stuff in here before we get back up to the extreme levels. So this is a hard one to play today. And again, European session open right there. So Europeans have basically sent this thing up about 77 pips. Actually, yeah, 78.8. So we'll just call it 79 pips and rallying. A daily ATR is 80. So we are at a full daily ATR since the European session open. Obviously, FOMC is going to be a big deal, right? That is hiding right and looming right there. I guess the closest level, and again, we got 4 hours. There is a level right there, but we're in such close proximity to that one. Yeah, but 14 pips, it's kind of like, I'm not super worried about that. I don't think it holds that. This is rough, right? There's this here confirmed. This one a little bit deeper. $49. Can it move 49 pips in 4 hours? Yeah. The 4-hour ATR though was 28. It's like eerie. There's like no news. Just laying out the four scenarios. I was like, is it giving me anything of substance? No. Nope. Not so much. Calling for a increase of 1.9 also. Mm. So, ugh. Man, I really feel like we're gonna get the crude oil burst first. This could turn on crude. I like the 136.27 better than where we are, but we are in an area where we possibly can turn. Again, the forecast right now for oil is an increase of 1.9 million barrels, but we know that the API number came in as a minus 6.8, right? 799, and the forecast failure was supposed to be a little bit of an increase. So yeah, that should give this a pop, and again provide some Canadian strength in here. Which again, could it turn here? Ugh, man, debt ceiling, tons of oil, and a debt crisis. Ugh, man, there's so much reason why this could turn. Um, it's there, it's there. I just feel like, I feel like, I don't know, maybe we get this pop. We need a pop. I need to see a pop. I'd like to have one more pop. If we can like base and then pop, I just feel like it's a little bit far away. Um, we'll see. This is one of those ones to check out right at like 130. See if we've based and kind of put like a reversal signal in. Maybe we pull back down to here, right? Again, that's a little bit. How much is that? It's 35. Hmm. I feel like this oil number really has the potential to turn this one. I want to tell you to find shorts on this one. It's so bad. Like, find some shorts on this one. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll have to see where this one goes. We'll see what oil does in a little bit too. Let's see. This is where we had that hit yesterday and drop. And again, one candle down, one candle back up. So this did not trigger. And then we started the base, and then we popped and we hit it again. And it did actually peek its head, which is fine. And pop right back down again. So it looks like we are in this upper level now, which is fine because we can remove this. I can get rid of that because of the 78. That zone we can hit, even though it's out. Do I have any interest in this one? One. Oh, this is the 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, that's the 2, 3, and 4 right in a row. So yeah, this was not another short. Um, that was the break. Uh, eh, it has every reason to be short here. See this drop here? It drops, it goes up in bases, and then pops out. It has every reason to reverse right now. Yeah, it has every reason to reverse right now. I wish it would go a little bit higher. If it could get up here at 90.57, right, where this kind of pop and then it kind of boom started the initial move. I'd like that one for news, but with this being high, also it shows on a fundamental level that it looks like we're also going to have dollar weakness rolling in. And again, could it come with FOMC? Sure, it's going to have to really hold and maintain though, and I want to see what it does in the hour and a half. But definitely, I think bearish dollar Swiss. I mean, again, unless the U.S. says, "Oh, we're raising 2 more times in a row," which I don't think we're going to get. I think the weight of a pause is higher than the weight of a raise. So I think that's what's coming. Dollar yen again looks like everything else. Dollar is since 8 o'clock has been skyrocketing higher. We had a couple plays off, and again, this is that level we talked about yesterday. It looks like that level got hit at 1:30 a.m. this morning. 2 o'clock is where it bounced off that level, and we said, hey, listen, be cautious with it. It's not my favorite level, just because this one had sliced through, so it was hard, but it was confirmed here. It was confirmed yesterday morning at 4:30. It tried to get there at 10, but it didn't make it. And then again in the overnight, it did hit that level and go. So it looks like they're ignoring this candle. And remember, this candle was the one that was formed because of the AI picture. Sorry. Okay. I think we look for a top on this one. I think between 12 and 2 o'clock, we see where the top is, and we look for a turn and roll and flip. This one will obviously have yen influence as well. Who the heck is messaging me? Oh, there we go. All right. So yeah, I think we look for a top again. We don't have anything concrete until 139.50. We knew that we had that up top. We looked at that one yesterday. It's got a lot of room to run, right? It's got another 50 pips. Can we do 50 pips in 4 hours? Sure. The 4 hour ATR on this one is 53.9. We get any type of decent data. This one could burst higher. Um, so yeah, it's there. That's a big run. God, how much would that be? 114. That's not horrible. Hmm. We could do it. Um, the problem is we're in this racetrack. Hmm. So, I think if we can get up into that range, sure. All right. Yeah. So look for a reversal up top. So I'd love for it to base in here. 43. Yeah, I'd love to find a top in this one. I think dollar yen short today would be the way to go. Um, mm, God, I'd love to find a top on this one. That's all I'm gonna say. I'd love to find a top in this. I think getting short dollar yen today for the news makes the most sense. It's not there yet though. Not there yet as much as I want it to be. Crude oil. Let's see what we got going on with crude. Not 4 hour. Let's go down to a 5 minute real quick. Let's see if we're getting any stabilization. Popped up. Still moving. Remember yesterday we talked about finding kind of where this was. Remember yesterday we talked about finding. I was like, hey, listen, look for something to break above and like kind of pull back. There was your, there was your pop. Big question I have for this one is how much is baked in, right? This has a 1.9. This is a huge drop. Obviously, some is baked in, right? There's a pop. This is not as much as you would assume. Not slowing. 30 straight down. Yeah, I think right now the way that oil's looking to me, um, with it pulling back right now, knowing that again that API. I mean, again, everybody else can see the API number. We got a little bit of a surge yesterday from that number, but not as much in the overnight. And the European market didn't really take it anywhere. Um, Here is the 3 o'clock European window, right there. So it kind of drove it up, but then brought it right back down before the U.S. session opened, and then it kind of pulled it up and pulled it back down again. It's like this is a if this data, even if it comes in at half, say it says -3, right? They're saying it's point just let's say 2. That's a -5 million barrel difference. That's pretty big. Um, Highly likely to run out of sufficient cash in early June. Okay, so she's changing her dates now. It is harder to be precise about which day resources will run out. We simply have to raise the debt ceiling. Yeah, of course. Just give them unlimited debt because that's how you run a business, right? Payment prioritization is not operationally feasible. I'm seeing stress in the final market rate, including bill auctions. I don't think you have any clue what is really happening in the financial markets, but that's okay, Yellen. Here you look. This guy hit it. Nothing is going to run out at the last minute deal we made, just like always. Woody, I feel like has got it right. Sorry, but I said that earlier today. Um, Even in run up, the likely substantial final market, there's not going to be. Honestly, if they say, "Okay, we signed a deal," nothing's going to happen. Yellen is. I have zero respect for this woman as far as like what she says. There's substantial financial market distress. Even if we, if we come up with something, no, it's going to be fine. All right, 5 minutes to go. Let's do one more look at oil real quick. Oil not stabilizing yet. It's trying like hell. Uh, it's trying. I like oil for long right now. Let's go look at natural gas real quick. Um, I missed. Look at that. I said natural gas would drop, and it did. 10 o'clock yesterday. It did come back up. It was up there at 11:30, and then drop back down again. So nice that it did that. Look at that base drop. Boom. And we're back at that level again. Um, Honestly, up 2.76, I don't like it. 340 is a lot. We really need this to get down in this level of the 229s. But we said, hey, listen, if it comes down here and peeks its head through and hits this pivot and comes back up again, don't be surprised. It did it much faster than I thought it would. I thought it would do it over here, not immediately and then a second time. So I would say, look at this, the short. The question is, will this get drug up by oil as well? Talking about the down draw, something we're going to have to look at. All right. This one is out. Again, we were looking for this to find some selling. It did. It pushed down not a whole lot. The trade was completely out yesterday morning. We talked about that one. We're looking for it to pull down. It's actually right where it was yesterday for gold. Again, with gold accelerating down, also matching our same narrative. There is obviously a level sitting right here, and it's going to have to hold that level for 4 hours or drop even farther. Not a Harry Potter candidate. I think it's extremely important to watch out for the statement right there. And again, maybe it just meanders around here. If it holds this level at 265 ish, I think this is a decent pop higher. Um, yeah, yeah. One sec. Um, yeah. If we can hold maintain there, I think that gives us a decent pop for FOMC. And I actually today, as I mentioned before, I do think if they say the P word, like the infamous quote P word, um, any mention of pause, I think they're going to take that as extreme dollar weakness, and then we see gold and I think we see gold and silver pop. We see the dollar drop, and the way this is dropping down right now. I mean, unless Powell comes out and really throws everybody a curveball and surprises, it's like, yeah, we're doing two more raises, and then we'll think about pausing. But right now we're going two more. I think that the market will be very, very unhappy with that. But I really feel like they're going to do the one pause one to try to slow it down a little bit. Um, so we'll see. I feel like they're going to get something weak out of that, and we're going to see this one pop. So it's in a good spot right now. Could we hit 2,000 today? Maybe, maybe. Um, I think that 2,000 is. I hate to say it. I mean, it's only a $30 move. They say they're going to start doing a pause. Then yes, I definitely feel like 2,000 is back on the cards today. So look for a big boom from this to the high side. There'll probably be a lot of volatility sucked into it though. Again, look, silver's driving back down to that 23. We talked about it yesterday. Whoops. Here's your bottom level down here. Is it a great buy area? No, it's been down there 3 times. Has a decent pop. But with it driving down towards that 23, it's really trying to retreat before this data comes in. And again, could also be, again, definitely a weak spot that we should be looking out for. So again, keep that on the radar. Let's see what crude is doing. Is crude slowing down yet? No, it's still just pushing down. It's slowing down a little bit. Slowing a little bit. We're looking for like we're looking for like this. Hasn't done that yet. It's driving back down. So it's there. It's got 2 more minutes. 2 minutes? A minute. A minute. All right, let's run through the indices real quick and we'll end on that one. Apple, look at this. Big spike and dropping. Tesla just going straight to that's like me messing around. God, it's up 11 now. 11% up back over 20. Yeah, there's probably not going to be much as far as opening print goes. 8:15, 9:30. Yep. We're making new lows. Uh, it gave us a little bit of a pause and went down. Again, they're all waiting for the same thing. So no opening print, nothing confirmed. The confirmed level in this one was actually sitting up here. Um, sec. Um, oops, hold on. My typing is like trying to type everything. Okay, let's see what it is. What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? Oh, just a bit outside. 12.5. Holy crap. This I thought the 6.7 in this one was ugly, right? I thought that this was bad. Holy crap. That is really, really bad. Right? Not only did they have a 3 times higher supply that they expected, it came in over double what the API number was. crap. Let's see what oil's doing. Yes. So remember we said we're looking for this one to go high? Yeah. So yep. Yep. Near level basing. So yeah, this one's justified. So yeah, we were talking about going long. Had no idea it was gonna be that bad, but bam, there you go. There's your first drop of fun news for the day. Man, that's a big down draw. Woo! That's gonna send my gas price higher. Not loving that one. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Go to 15-minute NQ. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna have anything. Oh, we did have a base. It wasn't confirmed though. Again, there's a base in there. Again, not quite confirmed. If you use the lower level base here, there was actually a short that you could have taken. It doesn't. It's not. It's still kind of part of the same basing level. So could you have traded this one, been a little bit more aggressive on it? Sure, you could have traded off that, saying, "Hey, listen, there was an explosion out of there. This is the kind of test of that level." It's not the textbook, but it is, again, it does kind of qualify. Looking for a short, knowing what we had coming today, looking for a pullback. This 930 push up to the level of basing that was formed at 730 would have been a decent trade and a good drop. So again, absolutely could have traded this one. I'm not going to draw it. It's well past 1 to 3. I don't need to kind of look at it. YM, YM had the pullback too. 915 were both green, looking for a short entry. There's your bit right there. Again, you could use whether the top or the bottom confirmation hit. Again, that's well past 1 to 3. So it looks like NQYM both similar. It is a shame that S&P did not ever pull up. That's a shame because this one absolutely pulled. This one absolutely pulled. Russell 930s over here. Russell missed it as well. Russell would have been an early entry in, right? Russell would have been an early entry in, unfortunately. You could have done the 915. You could have got here too. So ideally, this is NQYM. Russell, you could have gotten. Yes, is the only one that you would have missed. With all these pushing down right now, again, they kind of follow what we're looking for in the dollar. A comment about pausing, having it work and pausing, I think could be a big boom. If they say they're going to, it's going to be a continued drop to the downside. So I think it's going to be pretty crazy when this actually comes out. So, yeah, we'll see. Let's see. Is any more headlines from her? No, nothing else yet. But that's a rough one, especially when we're trying to refill the strategic oil reserve. Right, gotta be fun. All right, so that's it. Let's go ahead and do our drawing for today. We got 4 in. Missing Easy E. I'm gonna give this till 6:30, and then I'm gonna shut it down. Um, all right, I'm gonna shut this one down. Let's do the winner of today's drawing. All right, here we go. Winner of today's drawing is. It's gonna. I hit the button. I hit it. It's gonna lag. I was trying to. Did you hear that, guys? I clicked it. I went to the other one. I was typing. I was trying to put the hacks in so Ernest couldn't win, but I didn't. I don't type fast enough. The hacks only work when you spell it correctly, right? I didn't spell it correctly. It was too quick. So Neuro won yesterday. Ernest wins today. So I tried, Neuro. I tried. I know you slipped me you slipped me the pip chips under the table. I tried, but I spelled it wrong. That's what happened. That's what I'm sticking to that. He missed, yeah. But remember, Neuro, he's thinking, hey, he's thinking long game. It's no longer about one single trade because if he parlays it into tomorrow, yes, it did cost him a little bit extra, but tomorrow making 100, again, if he risks 40-40, then he's on the positive, and then he rolls into day 3 where he can basically, again, that's where he makes bank. He's thinking long game, right? We're not thinking one or 2 day winners. We're thinking day 3 winners where you win those 3 days, you got your 25, your 100, and then you get your 250. So you're at 3 again. What is it? 375, right? 375. So risking 40, 40, and 40, it's not a bad deal. Risking 120 to make 375. There's a 1 to 3, right? There you go. He'll take the rest of the week off. Oh, now he's gonna mess up my theory. So anyway, again, watch FOMC, be very, very cautious. Look to see where the motion is coming from 12:30 up to that 2:30 mark. There'll be a lot of volatility packed in the options, but there should be some decent moves. And again, the dollar is positioning itself right now for weakness. So we'll see what happens in the next four. With that, I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And again, good trading today. Everybody get outside, enjoy that weather, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.